We can no longer play musical chairs by moving people from one position to another as if though we are making change and there are no other individuals who are competent enough to lead the National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated. And my thing is embracing kingdom principles and making the people the priority. We need to turn this convention back over to the people. No longer can we continue to worship the imperialism of a president. A president is a servant, and let the least of them become a servant. This convention, National Baptist Convention, was founded in 1880. It was founded in Montgomery, Alabama. Our forefathers and mothers founded this convention under two principles: foreign mission and evangelism. And they founded it under foreign mission because they were concerned about our brothers and sisters in a foreign country. They were concerned about our brothers and sisters in Africa, in Liberia, and Swaziland. And they wanted to know that they were doing some better, that they did not want them to suffer. And they started foreign mission. And then they started evangelism at the same time because they wanted to keep the people together. And they wanted to evangelize the people who were a part of our condition. I contend that you cannot do foreign mission nor evangelism without doing Christian education. Our people must be trained. The first thing that I desire to do is to take foreign mission and home mission and make it global mission. What is happening in other parts of the world today is happening right here in America. I desire to take disaster management and put it under home mission. Home mission was set up to take care of the people at home and any disaster that will occur at home. And then evangelism. We must go outside of these walls and compel men and women to come back to our churches. Just because little Johnny wears his pants below his butt, he still belongs to us. And we must compel them to come back to us. And then Christian education. Our people must be trained. I am so excited to hear you this morning talk about and read the Baptist Covenant. Many of our churches today do not even read the Baptist Covenant. The Baptist Covenant distinguished missionary Baptist people from any other Baptist denomination. When I was coming up in the country, Moses Morris would read the Baptist Covenant every first Sunday, having been led as we believe. And then down at the bottom, he would say, now when you leave this place, you quickly go and unite with some other church. And then we don't even talk about Baptist doctrine anymore. Our people don't even really know why they are Baptist. The Muslims know why they're Muslims. The Jews know why they are Jews. The Catholics know why they are Catholics. But we who are Baptists don't even know why we are Baptists. We say that we are Baptists because Mama was a Baptist. And then we've got to continue to talk about the articles of faith. I see that the Northwest Baptist Association, number one, is on target with what we ought to be teaching and what we ought to be talking about in the Baptist church. And then we must bring our youth and young adults back to the church. When our youth and young adults go away to college, they never come back to our churches. And one of the reasons why they never come back to our churches is because they say we still have the same chairman of the deacon board that's been there for the last 40 years. They said we still have the same chairman of the trustee board that's been there for the last 25 years. We have not made any room for our young people to come back to work in our churches. We've not allowed them to come back and show their talents and what they have learned while they have been away. And then we must deal with our young ministers. I will bring back the young ministers division, and I will put the young ministers division under the moderators department, where the moderators can become mentors to young pastors and young ministers. And then we must deal with the prison reentry. It is our young men and women who are coming out of prison, who have nowhere to go. Families don't want them back. Community don't want them back. And they come out with no vocational training. The federal government has millions of dollars that they are willing to help to train our people that they may interact back into society with a vocation, and that they will become productive citizens of our community. Yeah. And then we must deal with social justice. The National Baptist Convention must become a voice for those who cannot speak for themselves, a voice for the disenfranchised. We must become a voice for the Trayvon Martins of this world. We must become a voice for voter suppression. We must become a voice to Congress as they seek to try to turn back the hands of time and get rid of the 1965 Voters' Rights Act. We must become a voice to deal with gays and lesbians in this country. Someone asked me the other day, I was in Kansas City, and they said to me, Dr. Kimber, what is your stance on gays and lesbians? And I said to them, what does the Bible say? And then we must deal with economic development / sponsorship. No longer can the National Baptist Convention support itself off of $400 a year for registration. Many of us shop at Walmart. Many of us shop at Walgreens, CVS, BJ's, Costco. We shop at those places. We drive BMWs, we drive Mercedes-Benz, we drive Tahoe trucks, we drive GMC trucks, we drive Chevrolet, and we never ask those individuals to become a sponsor for the National Baptist Convention. They come to us and they sell their product at our convention. We must seek to talk to corporate America that they will become a part and a sponsorship for the National Baptist Convention. And then we must deal with communication and technology. We're living in the 21st century. 134 years the National Baptist Convention has been in existence, and we do not even have a computer in registration when you go and register. When you go and register at the National Baptist Convention, you either have to register by check or cash. And then they have a big black book that they open up. And they look for your name. And then they check your name off. We are living in the 21st century. And we must move to communication and technology. Everybody now got an iPhone. My mother-in-law called me with the 77 years old, texted me this morning. She said, where are you today? Big Mama is texting. Everybody is texting. Everybody have an iPad. Most people are in. And then we have computers. We have email addresses. We have fax machines. We must move into the 21st century with the National Baptist Convention. The National Baptist Convention is still sending letters to churches where pastors have already moved away, letters where pastors have already passed and gone. We must move into the 21st century. with technology. And then we must deal with our school. Our school is American Baptist College. That is our school. How can we have a school without a dormitory? One of the first things that I will do is finish the dormitory on American Baptist College, where our young men and women will have an adequate place to live. And the second thing that I would do is to build a student life center on the campus of American Baptist College, where our young people will have an opportunity to go and to chat, go and to eat, go and do their homework, go and play games if they desire. There is found in the first chapter of the book of Joshua. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' age. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all the people get ready to cross the Jordan River unto the land that I am about to give to you. I will give you every place where you set your foot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As I promised Moses, so shall I be with you. No one will be able to stand against you.
Yes, sir.
All the days of your life. As I was with Moses. So I will be with you. I will never leave you. Nor forsake you. He says, be strong. Be courageous. Because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors to give to you. My brothers and sisters, be strong, be courageous, be careful to obey all the laws my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. The first thing that this text here shows me that I need to have the plan of God. Moses is dead. There is a vacuum in the leadership. The tenure of Moses has ended, and someone has to step up. Someone has to step up who have been around. I've been around this convention. It is the plan of God that Joshua will step up. I was around when Dr. J.H. Jackson was president. Dr. J.H. Jackson was one of the most powerful presidents that this National Baptist Convention has ever had. Dr. Jackson bought land in Omaha, Nebraska. Dr. Jackson bought land right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Some 470 odd acres of land that we still own. Dr. Jackson started the first scholarship program of the National Baptist Convention. I have been around. I was around when Dr. T.J. Jemison came into office. Dr. Jemison built the World Center. Dr. Jemison spoke out on the Gulf War. I have been around. I was around when Dr. Henry J. Lyons became president. When Dr. Lyons became president, we were about to lose the Sunday Sunday School Publishing Board.
All right.
And he paid it off.
Yeah.
And I've been around when Dr. Lyons was here. Dr. Lyons paid the World Center off from $6 million to $2.3 million.
Yeah.
Dr. Lyons had one of the most lucrative unified programs that the National Baptist Convention has ever heard of. I have been around. When Dr. William J. Shaw became president. When Dr. Shaw became president, we were in disarray. We needed someone to bring some stability to us. Dr. Shaw changed the constitution of the National Baptist Convention. Dr. Shaw paid off the World Center. I have been around. I've been around with Dr. Julius R. Scruggs. When Dr. Scruggs came on the scene, many of our churches were in foreclosure. The economy was on a downward spiral. There were storms all across the country that he had to attend to. Dr. Scruggs came on the scene. He had two major lawsuits that this convention had to take care of. Dr. Scruggs is known as the operational president. Second man here, he says that you need to have his promise. He said, I will never leave you. A promise used to be made by a handshake. A man's word was his bond. But after many of those bonds were broken, the world decided that it needed a contract. And now we see that contracts can be broken as well. Sometimes people just don't keep their word. And this is not the same with God. When God says something, you do not have to worry. It will go through, for his word will never fail. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. As I take this journey, I have this promise. That is what Dr. King was talking about during his last speech. That he had God's promise. But not only do I have his plan, not only do I have his promise, the third thing is that I have his provision. He says to Joshua, every place that the sole of your foot will tread upon, I will give it to you. It costs to run this campaign. It takes a lot to live, but as I continue to walk with him, there has never been a time when God has not provided. He provided for Noah when Noah was in a flood. He provided for Abraham when Abraham needed a sacrifice. He provided for Daniel while Daniel was in the lion's den. He provided for John while John was on the island of Patmos. This has been with me since I was a good boy, born in the clay hills of Alabama. Big Mama didn't always have money, but God always made a way. Like the psalmist said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seeds begging for bread. But not only do I have his plan, not only do I have his promise, not only do I have his provision, but fourth and final, I have his presence. As I was with Moses, so shall I be with you. What an awesome word. What a tremendous word. What a powerful word. This task and this campaign will not be easy. I'll have to travel a lot as I do. I travel by plane. I travel by automobile. And if I have to travel by bicycle, I'll travel alone. And I do it unafraid because I have his presence. Aren't you glad that you have his presence? Big Mama then was saying, y'all heard that Big Mama then? Was saying that old familiar hymn. That I come to the garden alone. While the dew is still on the road. And the voice I hear falling on my ear